All right, no, it's still early in camp, but what are you seeing out of your group so far?
Well, they're eager to learn. That's the great thing. They are excited about what we're doing. They see the possibilities. But like I just told them, we're here. There's a lot of potential. We got to get to here. Let's be honest with ourselves. See how much work we got to do. You know, third or fourth day we're doing third and longs. That sort of identifies where your weaknesses are on offense. You got to be really good if you're going to convert those. We were, you know, ineffective a little bit at times, but then we made some plays. But we got to be more consistent. That just comes with hard work. We just got to continue to grow. But I like Wade Blake's playing right now. He really has come back out, and from the spring to now is really, I think, playing at a lot higher level than when we left spring. So I'm very pleased with that.
How about the progression in understanding the offense since the spring? What are you seeing from the guys? Did they pick up a lot?
Yeah, they came back, and we've installed for the last 4 days, so we're installing a lot each day. But man, they've handled it so much better than they have in the spring naturally. It's the second time around. And they really, going through summer, they really worked at it on their own, coming out here and throwing and running the routes on their own. And so that first and second group really has great knowledge. The third group is frustrating right now because a lot of the freshmen, and they're trying to pick it up. They're way behind. But I really like our first and second group right now as far as where they're at as far as our knowledge of the offense.
Given that Blake's had to learn a new offense every year he's been in college, does he adapt a little bit quicker than a normal player would for a first-year offense?
That's a good question. Really, that's probably one of the reasons why he has handled it so well. He's been through, 5 or 6, so he understands sort of the progress you have to go through to sort of get to the point where you're comfortable in the system that you're learning. So, he's made a lot of progress from spring. Really worked this summer. We talked about just knowing your 5 progressions, getting through them, canceling those things out as fast as possible. Don't get stuck on progression 3 when you could get to 4 and 5. And that comes with the knowledge of the offense. And he's really come back out here the first day and just getting through his progressions a lot better than he was when we left the spring. So I'm excited about him heading into the fall.
What about just for you, coming from a championship program, an offense that knew what you expected, coming here where maybe a higher caliber athlete, I guess, what it should be, but having to adjust and kind of reteach and get those concepts in?
Well, I've done this now. This is my 3rd time going into a program. Really the 4th if you call it high school, but 3 college teams I've had to go in and sort of set the table and reintroduce or introduce an offense and start from sort of ground zero. And all of them are frustrating because you leave a place that you've got it going. When I left JU, we had been the #1 offense in the country. We've been in the top 5 a few years. Everybody that came in our program understood what we expected, and they jumped in and everything was running really smooth. To go to Valley State that first year, it was frustrating, even into the second year. But we found, even with that, we had guys that we produced really at a high level that first year at Valley State. I think with the veterans we have here, we got enough guys that really know how to play the game. They're picking it up to the point where I think we're gonna hit this thing stride and hit it running. I really believe that as we get into this first year. I think we got enough weapons and enough veterans on this team to really have a good first year in the system.
Kerwin, I noticed Billy Atterbury's still training at left tackle. How's he coming along then?
Well, we really like him over there. And what it does, it moves Donovan, who's just a big, natural, explosive, physical guy, into guard. He's a 3. He's down about 330 now, but he'll get up to 340. So his natural position is going to be really a guard, I believe. He's going to be an explosive, powerful guy inside. We really like powerful guys inside, and those guys that are more athletic and guys that we can just depend on are more our edge guys. So I felt like that was a move we need to make, and so what it's done, I think it's made us more powerful and more be able to move guys off the rock inside with those 2 big guards and Demetrius at left guard and then Donovan at the right guard and then Brad at center. We got 3 powerful guys that can move people inside. And then moving Billy outside, I think he's just at the point now of his career that he's very dependable. That left tackle is a very important spot when you're throwing the football, and I think he's going to do a really good job for us.
Bryce Miller got some time with the ones today. Talk about how he's progressed, and maybe are you looking for a big role out of him this year?
Well, I tell you what, Bryce is a walk-on.
Right.
He impressed us a lot in the spring. He's really worked hard this summer. He's one of the most. He's in better shape as far as anybody out here. He can run all day. He gets in and out of routes probably as good as anybody, which we like as a receiver on our team because we run so many sharp, disciplined routes. We like guys who can get in and out of routes. So he fits exactly what we're looking for. and we're going to give him a lot of opportunities. He's going, I believe, be in the rotation when we start the season. He makes a lot of plays. He's been very productive. Even in the spring and this fall now, he's been productive. Every day we go out, he catches balls, he makes plays, and so we got to find a place to play.
For a guy like that, do you think it's maybe a motivation factor since he is coming on from an NAIA walk-on role?
Well, I just think he's a kid that's hungry. He understands. He's a kid that does all the right things. He's in the best shape of his life, or better than, as good as anybody on our team. So that gives him an advantage to be able to go out and run and play well every snap. And so he's put himself in a position to challenge for playing time. And like I say, he's been very productive. And those kind of guys, you got to find a way to get them on the field.
Your career kind of comes full circle a little bit in the sense that you're coming back to Tampa and play for the Bucs. What kind of memories do you have about your time with the team as a pro?
Oh my goodness. It wasn't a real good memories, you know. I was sort of off and on, got cut, brought back a few times that year, so it was sort of frustrating. Didn't get to play. You know, Vinny Testaverde was the starter, Joe Ferguson was the backup, and I was sort of that third string guy they sort of brought on and off the roster when they had the numbers. But I love living down here. I love being in Tampa, and there was a lot of Gator fans around at that time, and you know, still are. But it was a great opportunity to play. Coach Perkins was a guy I learned some things under as far as a football coach. I was under 11 different head coaches and 11 different offensive coordinators in my career. So I tried to learn a little bit from each and every one of them. And he was a guy that I learned some things from, and I've sort of been able to take that into my coaching career.
Had a while to look at Mitchell Wilcox. He's on a national award watch list now. What's his potential in your offense, and what are your impressions of him this fall so far?
Well, is that my fault?
What do you mean?
I apologize for that. Well, Mitch is a guy that we've sort of had to revamp a little bit of our offense. You know, that's the great thing about our offense. We can find, you know, if there's a certain position, it's so easy to sort of get him involved and sort of make him more important. You know, back at Valdosta State, we didn't have a great tight end those 3 years we were there. But last year we had a guy that was pretty good, and we brought a receiver in who's now at the Kansas City Chiefs, who was sort of a big receiver that we played a little bit as a mismatch in there. But you know, with Mitch, we have sort of introduced that position a lot more important in our system. It's a lot more important in our system, and it's easy to do that. So we've done that. We've incorporated him a lot more because we got to find a way to keep him on the field. I find a way to attack. I didn't realize he's as good as he was. And the one thing, he's just a competitor. He plays hard. He's in great shape. So we got to find a way within our system to incorporate him to make sure that he's important and that he's getting the chance to catch some balls for us.
Thank you, Coach.
Thank you, Coach.
All right.